All right. Listo.
Sasi buki yukshi me totra rirani shi sange sundu mukte Rokunda Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Yami Sange Chudram Tsarki Chunamla Shanshu Bardu Dagni Shanshu Chi Vaki Yinsho Yipe Sunam Ki Drola Benchi Sange Drupashu Sange Chudram Tsoki Chunamla Shanchu Bardu Dagni Shanchu Yanshu Chi Daki Yinsho Jipem Sunam Ki Drola Penshi Sange Drupasho Sange Chudram Tsuki Chonam La Chanchu Bardu Dagni Chansu Chi Daki Jinsho Jinpe Sunam Ki Drola Penchi Sange Drupa Sho.
Oh. Yay. Okay. Wow. Down to 11. And then there was 11. That's a good number. Okay, we're going to start the quiz. Are there any questions before the quiz starts? English, we say speak now or forever hold your peace. At weddings, at least. Okay. So be it. Here goes. Quiz 10. Buen suerte. How we doing? Kelly McGee's done, but she spent all night studying in between Saturday Night Live skits. Terminé. ¿Acabaste? Finished. Okay. All right. We are all done. The quizzes. Yay! Woo! That's very exciting. I finished my quiz earlier. Woo! It's quite a relief. As you probably have noticed, you still don't understand what this class is about. So just because we're done studying doesn't mean we're done taking the quiz, doesn't mean we're not finished studying. So, you know, this stuff takes many years to get in with most people. I mean, if you're some ultra logic genius or something, maybe not. And if you are, teach me, okay? And so, oh yeah, you're definitely going to teach other people, and that's a great way to keep going, because unless you want to look like I did when I taught it, you want to know your stuff, okay? Okay, so now we're going to start the review. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to open a few windows here. Well, I'll share my desktop. Here we go. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll have the quizzes open, and then we'll have the answer key open. So as you may be aware, all the questions on the ACI quizzes are just the quizzes, the questions from the homework, just less of them usually. And then all the questions on the final exam are only questions from the quizzes, just less of them. Meaning, if we study all the quiz questions, that would be the most efficient way to study for the final exam. That's logic, okay? But first, you have to grade everything, okay? So just grade it yourself, okay? Don't cheat. What kind of Buddhist would cheat on their homework? So no one's watching you except the Buddha, who's omniscient. And your own self, and then you make an impression seed in your mind for someone to lie to you in the future. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? So as we go, what I'm gonna do, hold on. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna copy and paste all the quiz questions and their answers. So by the time the class is done, we will have a comprehensive final exam study guide, right? I hope that makes sense. Even if it doesn't, I'm gonna do it. Here we go. Do you have your homework out? Homework 1. And just put homework 1 and quiz 1 out at the same time, I would say. So give the Sanskrit and English names for the classical Indian treatise. Blah, 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 blah. What's the name of the book? The Commentary on Valid Perception. Pramanavartika Semanamdral. Dharmakirti, 1650 AD. Okay? That is on quiz 1. So now I go like this. Done. Okay, question 2. So do you guys know how to grade ACI? Basically, if you got it completely right, you get it completely right. If you don't, just take like 1 off. If you don't, if it's not that right, take 2 off. I mean, basically just take a couple points off if you have it somewhat wrong. If you got the basic idea, the whole point is to learn, okay? It's not a competition. We just want you to learn. So unless you didn't do the quiz, or unless you didn't put anything at all, or unless you had no idea, which you must have had some idea because you came to my class, then you should get a high grade on each quiz, okay? Okay, question 2. What's the name of the commentary we're studying? I'm abridging this question, okay? It is The Key to the Logic Machine by Purbochok Jampa Sulchum Gyatso. He was the 13th Dalai Lama's Yongzin tutor, 1825 to 1901. Okay, that is on the quiz. So I am highlighting it. Gonna keep going here. Give the 2 expressions used to describe respectively disciples of poor intellect and spiritual capacity and disciples of high intellect and spiritual capacity. Those who follow for faith are poor intellect and poor spiritual capacity, follow because of their faith. And those disciples who follow based on reasoning are considered high intellect and high spiritual capacity. Okay? What is the best thing to have of these 2? No one? It says you're a poor student if you do it based on faith, and you're a better student if you do it based on intellect. So which is the better one to have?
Intellect.
Trick question, both. Okay, have both. Use your intellect to develop faith, and once you get faith, then like use it to develop your intellect. Okay? Thanks for being my patsy. Okay, here we go. Question 4. Give a positive reason why we should study the Buddhist art of reasoning, and then quote a verse from a famous Tibetan pundit to back up your statement. Okay, this is the positive reason. We should first study the Buddhist art of reasoning because this is the best way to keep the teaching of Lord Buddha safe in the world, and it is best to accept the ideas of Buddhism only when they seem logical to you. As the Sakya Pandit Kunga Gelsen, 1182 to 1251 has said, suppose a person comes to understand the scripture tradition for how to reason this art of proving or disproving things. A master like this is a person who keeps the teachings of the totally enlightened Buddha safe to hear in the world. Okay? Cool. That one is not on the quiz. Next. State a negative reason why we should study the Buddhist art of reasoning, and then give a quotation from Lord Buddha himself to back up your statement. Okay? We should study the Buddhist art of reasoning because with this knowledge, we are able to avoid the grave mistake of judging others on their appearances. As Lord Buddha has said, only I or someone like me is able to judge another. No other person should ever judge another, for they will surely fall. This we gave the amazing story about the monk who judged the Bodhisattva and then went to hell forever and then was born like as a dog and horrible stuff and blah, blah, blah. You remember? Okay, that is on the quiz. Here we go. Give the definition of a reason. Taxakupa, takiseni. Okay? The definition of a reason is anything put forth as a reason. Rivas knows that one, right, Rivas? He remembers that one for some reason. So does Aldo. All right. Cool. Homework 2. Okay, we're just gonna go like this, all right? Quiz 2. Okay, give the definition of an existing. Are you guys checking your homeworks? You are, right? I'm not going too fast, am I? Victor says Maso. Zazi, help him out. Give the definition of an existing thing in Buddhist logic. The definition of an existing thing is anything which can be perceived with a valid perception. Okay? That one is definitely on the quiz. That's like the most famous thing. Okay. Name, define, and give one example each of the 2 most common categories into which all existing things are divided. Okay. Unchanging things and changing things. Okay. And then classical examples for unchanging things, empty space or emptiness. And then for changing things, about everything else in the universe, okay? But including pillars and water pitchers. That is on the quiz. Here we go. I'm gonna skip the Tibetan because it doesn't actually render in text edit via this PDF. Although you should learn the Tibetan because it's awesome, self-existently. All right, keep going here. Why is it often incorrect to translate the word mitakpa as impermanent? Okay. Can I sum this up? I'm going to sum it up. So the reason is because although mitakpa in certain cases can be correctly translated as impermanent, like the impermanence of life, right? Like the fact that you're going to die. Often it is incorrectly translated as impermanent because the emptiness of something disappears when that thing disappears, but the emptiness itself is not changing. So the emptiness is an unchanging thing, which is also impermanent. But it is, but if you translate it as an unchanging thing, you're 100% correct. But if you translate it as a permanent thing, it's not correct. While other things that are like coffee cups and coffee tables and pillars and water pitchers and pens are changing things. So that's mitakpa. We should say changing in the case of objects. Okay? That is the sum up. We already had that class. Okay, that is not on the quiz. Here we go. Give the definition of a working thing, which is totally synonymous with changing thing. Anything that performs a function. Dunje nupa. Nupe seni. Simple. That thing, that object, which can do something. That is the definition of a working thing. Okay, that is important to know, but it's not on the quiz. Give the 3 different kinds of working things, their definitions, and a classical example of each one. Physical things, defined as anything you can show as a physical thing. An example would be heat. Also red, right? Rojo. Rojo, you can't describe red to a blind person who has always been blind, right? They have to have seen it. Okay. Meaning the only way to show it is to, the only way to tell what it is to show it. Okay, mental things. Define as anything which is both invisible and aware. An example would be happiness or wisdom, or anger, or jealousy, or love, any of that stuff. Mental stuff. You can't see it, but it's conscious. Okay, and and then this one might be the more confusing one. I don't know. Active things which are neither matter nor mind, defined as any produced thing which is neither matter nor mind. An example would be a person which has both a physical form and a mind, but which is neither and yet still changes. Whoa, okay. This is just a thing that changes, that does not have that has both a physical form and awareness, but which is neither of those things. Usually a person and a seed, like a mental seed, are the main two examples. They might be the only two, I don't know. This is 100% on the quiz. Geshe always talks about this. I recommend knowing it. Okay. Okay. And question 6, how does the description of ultimate reality in the system of the Buddhist logic school differ from its description in the highest school of Buddhism, the Prasangika group of Madhyamika philosophers? Those of the logic schools believe that something belongs to ultimate reality when it can, in a very real way, perform a function. Okay, so they're called functionalists. And the Madhyamika says the only example of higher or ultimate or higher reality is emptiness itself. Okay, so the pen in the logic school is ultimately a pen because it works as a pen. And then the Madhyamika come along and say, well, dog seed is a chew toy, so the fact that it's not one or the other until someone comes along and sees it as one or the other is ultimate reality. It's emptiness. Okay? And a lot of people get stuck on this, actually. So it's a good school to know, because people are like, but it's a pen. It works as a pen. It's a pen. Okay? So in the Greek philosophy schools, they say, that is pure opinion. Okay. Here we go. Number 3. Yay! Doing okay, Vic? Okay. If Vic's okay, we're good. Name, define. Wait, hold on. Quiz 3. Name, define, and give one example each of the 3 nominal divisions of things that are general. Okay, this is Chichejak. Say Chichejak. Chichejak. Okay, you should, that's some Tibetan I would recommend you know. Okay, it's a good seed. Chis are generals or qualities, and Chejaks are specifics or characteristics. All right? And here we go. There's general as far as type. So that's Rikchi. A general as far as types, otherwise known as a quality, defined as that existing thing which subsumes the multiple things which are of its type. Okay, classic example, knowable things. Our example was cars, right? Cars subsumes many things, right? Chevys, Teslas, Porsches, etc. All right. This is definitely on the quiz. Like this. Okay, and then a general as far as objects. Okay, this is the most famous of them. This is the one that can set you free from all suffering that you've had for eternity. Okay, so pay attention. A general as far as objects, otherwise known as an actual mental image. Okay, the one for a water pitcher is defined as that element which is imputed to be the water pitcher, but which is not. That thing which appears to be the water pitcher to the conceptual state of mind which is perceiving a water pitcher, but which is, however, not the water pitcher. There's an argument too that it is the water pitcher, but you have to think about that one. Classical example, the appearance to the second instant of a conceptual state of mind which is perceiving a water pitcher of the opposite of all, which is not the water pitcher of the second instant. Oh my God. Back to Schenzel, right? The appearance to the second instant of the conceptual state of mind, meaning I guess, yeah, second right after the first, of the opposite of all, which is not the water pitcher of the second instant. It's just the pot on the stove thing, right? One day you'll see emptiness directly, and according to tradition, you'll get there by serving someone who is you see as enlightened, and you'll be doing something for them, and you will see some object, perhaps a pot on the stove, as just a group of indicators that you have projected a image upon to make it a pot. And that is why it's a pot to you. And that is why things are able to function. And therefore, there's nothing out there but those projections. And then you can see emptiness directly. Especially you've been meditating a lot and studying this subject. Okay? Okay, C, a general as far as a collection of parts, defined as a gross physical object that is composed of multiple parts. So this is the thing that you project upon, right? There's a famous proof. Is a car, okay, Kelly McGee, is a car its parts?
No.
Is a car not its parts?
No.
Is a car both its parts and not its parts?
Yes.
So you said no to the first two, but the third one you said yes to? You have to say no to the third one. You have to. You already said no to the first two.
Yeah,
So
no.
is a car neither its parts nor its not its parts?
Neither its parts
Nor not its parts.
and not its parts.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, impossible. So you're saying when you get in a car, there's no seat, there's no hood, there's no steering wheel, there's no tires, there's no nothing?
It's all its parts together.
That's the first one. So Kaylin, so you're saying the car is its parts?
Yes.
So if a 10th century Mongol came to the future and saw a Tesla, he would know exactly how to drive it?
No.
So is the car its parts?
No, it's my mind putting its parts together.
Ooh, so what's the part that has to be included in the parts for the car to be its parts?
Whatever I've perceived before as a car altogether.
Here, I'll give you a hint. Dunchi,
My previous mental image of a car.
the thing you project upon the car that makes it a car. Okay? So you project the dunchi on the sokchi. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Ari Nagarjuna, not word. All right, here we go. Why is the study of quality and characteristic vital for those who wish to see emptiness directly? The study of a general as far as types, rikchi, and a general as far as objects, dunchi, allows us to understand that when we perceive something, we do so actually by perceiving a mental object and mistaking it for the actual object, right? When we see a car, we think, oh, that's a car. But if we were, who are those people? Those islands in off the coast of India, Nicomandias, Andamandian Islands. Anyway, there's this uncontacted tribe there. And yeah, if they saw a car, would they see a car? No. They might see red and shiny and moving, right? That wouldn't mean they would see it as a car, okay? So the mental object is forced upon them by our past karma. An actual object that existed independent of this process doesn't exist, and its absence is what is emptiness. By realizing directly how we perceive objects through mental images, we realize that the ultimate meaning of dependent origination is. We realize what the ultimate meaning of dependent origination is. Okay, dependent origination, this fancy word, only means the origin of things depends upon the projection which comes out of your mind due to the past thing that you did to people. And nothing else. There's nothing else out there except that. This realization occurs during the final hours before seeing emptiness directly as the supreme object, chuchok, stage of the path of preparation. Okay, that is 100% on the quiz. And I would say 100% on the final because it's the crux of all of Buddhism. So I guess I probably included it. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay. Can one thing be both a quality and a characteristic of a quality? Yep. An example would be a working thing, which is a quality of which is a water pitcher. It's characteristic, and yet also characteristic itself of all quality of noble things, right? Okay, that's easy. That's more like subset and subset in that way. In a way, what are 3 criteria that make a water pitcher characteristic of the quality working thing? Okay. The fact that it is a working thing, the fact that it shares a relationship with working things such that to be it is to automatically be a working thing, and there exists multiple other objects which are both not it but still a working thing. Okay. It's just logic. That one is not on the quiz, although it is quite logical and you should know it. Is sound a changing thing, or unchanging thing? This is saying, is the statement sound is a changing thing? That's what the quotes mean. A changing thing or unchanging thing. The statement sound is a changing thing, or the fact is itself an unchanging thing because it is a fact or truth which never varies. Okay. And then when we say group of similar cases in a logical statement, what are these cases similar to? Yeah. We just had this in class 9, right? Similar cases to similar cases. They were the, I don't know, 7th and 8th of the list of 14 parts of a proof or something. The group of similar cases consists of objects which are similar to the quality being proven. Okay, this is just getting you think logically. So name some things that would be in the group of similar cases of changing things. Anybody? Cosas cambiando. Contéstame. Give me some examples. Did everyone fall asleep? Rivas, you give me an example. Or you can't. Aldo, come on. Okay. Water pitchers, pillars, cars, all that stuff. I'm just going to keep going here since everyone's sleeping anyway. What are 3 ways in which parts of a group of dissimilar cases would be dissimilar to changing thing in the proof that sounds are changing things because they are things which are made? Okay, so dissimilar cases, things that don't exist. For example, the hair on me and Aldo's head. Okay? That's like the horns of a rabbit. Unless this transplant thing works out for me, okay? And then the similar case would be all noble things, right? Because it's too big of a group. And then dissimilar case would be unchanging thing because it's the opposite of a changing thing. Okay? Logic, logic, logic. Class 4. I'm just gonna keep going, okay? Okay, let me tell you something. I've been translating I've been working on this dictionary for 6 years, and I've been working on this very hard mind-only book with Geshe Michael. He does most of the work, by the way, for 4 years. I know translating seems like this glorious job, you know, it's like being a rock star, but really, most of it it's like this. You just have to like trudge through things, okay? I'm a big Sherlock Holmes fan, and yeah, he always jokes around in the books and the shows that most of the work of being an investigator is like trudging through files or hundreds of examples of, you know, names and lists and all these things till you find the answer. So let's keep going. Give the definition of a cause. Anything that which brings about something else. Okay, simple. Cause is one of the 3 words that all refer to the same thing. Give the other 2. Result, working thing. Easy. In the reading for this class, causes are divided into 2 different ways: indirect causes and direct causes. And then, or into material causes, the thing that flops over into the same stuff, and contributing factors, right? For a, oh my God, here's my big test. For a bellota, it's a roble, okay? Acorns become oak trees. But contributing factors would be agua, sol, y composto. Okay? Okay, I was able to remember one new Spanish word in a month. It's good. Okay, give the definition of a material cause and state an important application of this kind of cause. The definition of material cause is anything that brings about a working thing primarily as a continuation of the same material. Okay, so it just flops over into the stuff. And the most famous example of this is the fact that to have if mind is not like physical matter, then it should continue on as mind, and therefore you should have a future life. And if mind is not like physical matter, then you could not have come from physical matter, and you had to come from a previous instance of mind before you were conceived. Hence, past lives. Okay? That is on the quiz. Okay, doing good. Give the definition of a result. The definition of a result is something which is brought about, right? So it's the opposite of a cause. Anything that brings about something else, something which is brought about. Okay, this is a long one. No, it's not that long. I think next class is a long one. Okay. Give the definition of a correct reason. A reason where the three relationships hold. Simple. What are the three relationships? Anyone? Go. Give me one of them.
There's a relationship between 1 and 3, subject and reason.
Okay, good. Someone else was saying, I don't know who. Who's that? Marta?
Relación entre 1 y 3, el sujeto y la razón.
Did you get that, Aldo?
She said that they are the same thing, the relationship between 1 and 3, subject and reason.
Okay, what are the other? Muy bien. What are the other two?
Me is the
La necesidad positiva y la necesidad negativa.
Okay. ¿Qué significa la necesita positiva? Explicar.
Es la relación entre 3, si 3, entonces 2, y si
Yes, sí. If 3, then 2. And then necesita negativa?
2, entonces 3.
If not 2, then not 3. Right? Si no 2, no 3. Yay, because if 2, then 3 is what you're trying to prove, okay? So it can't be that. All right, good. That's the next question. And give examples. Okay, let's do our favorite argument, which you probably never want to hear again. Consider sound. It's a changing thing because it's made. Okay, somebody, what is 1 and 3 for that one? 1 y 3.
Sound is made.
Done. Okay, what's the necesita positiva?
All made things are changing things.
Good. Next one. Anyone but Aldo. What's the necesita negativa?
El sonido es producido.
I think Martha said it with Marta. Say it again. Repita, por favor.
Si no es hecho, entonces no es producido.
If it's not made, then it's not produced.
It's the opposite. If it's not produced, it's not made.
If it's not produced, it's not made. No, if it's not changing, it's not produced. No, because produced and made is the same.
Yeah, sorry. I just messed up the translation. I meant if not 2, then not 3. So if not changing, then not made. Okay? No 2, no 3. Si 3, si 2, no 2, no 3. 1 y 3 juntos. Okay. Don't worry, you'll get it. Okay, that's the next question. We're all pretty much getting it. You getting it, Vic? He's got it. Don't make me debate you again, okay? I'm just joking. Okay. Good. We're on 5. Yay! Okay, hold on. Wordy needs to get a drink of water. 1 sec. Okay, we're doing great. 5. Give the definition of an object and 2 other terms that are synonymous to object. Definition of an object, anything which is apprehended by a valid perception. Okay, that's an object. And synonyms, objects, existing objects, objects apprehended by the mind, which are all different words in Tibetan, but in English, it's not as distinct. Okay. That is not on the quiz. Give 2 broad divisions of all objects of the mind: working things and unchanging things. Easy. Now give the 5 broad divisions of working things. These are the 5 heaps. If you know the 5 heaps, it's easy. If you don't, here we go. Heap of physical matter or physical form. I don't know. Literally, it's form, but physical matter is better in this case. Feeling, discrimination, the ability to differentiate between things. The heap of other factors. This just means all the other mental functions, of which there are 46 in total in the Abhidharma school and 51 in total in the other schools. I think all the rest have 51. I think the school is 51. Anyway, a bunch of others, and then heap of consciousness, just the ability to be conscious. So those are the 5 heaps, or the things that make up a person. Lord Buddha's first teaching. And give 2, oh yeah, that one's on the quiz. Hold on. Go like this. Okay. I'll fix that later. Okay. Give the 2 broad divisions of the heap of physical matter: outer physical matter, Chi-suk, which just means outer physical matter, and inner physical matter. So this is stuff outside of you. This is stuff inside of you. That's it. So this is like your organs, and this is like your hair, or I guess it's all the other stuff in the world too. You're welcome, Kelly McGee. Do your homework.
Thank
Do
you.
your final.
Oh.
See you. Okay. Somebody has something more important to do on Sunday. Or more fun. That's good. I applaud this. Shouldn't work all day. Just most of it. Okay. Give the definition of a subject. Definition of a subject is any existing thing which engages in its object. Right? There's a big argument about that in my book right now. But trust me, you don't want to know about that. Ooh, I almost missed a quiz question.
¿Qué cosa que percibe un objeto?
Yeah? What'd you say?
La definición de sujeto es cualquier cosa que percibe un objeto.
The definition of subject is anything that perceives a subject.
An object. Yeah, the definition of a subject is anything which perceives an object. Bien? Okay.
Sí.
We're gonna keep going, even though Rivas' mouth is getting tired. Name 3 different kinds of subjects and give an example of each. 3 different kinds of subjects. States of minds acting as subjects, like jealousy. There's many examples of that. Types of physical matter acting as subjects, like your eyeball, because it perceives form, colors and stuff. And a person, because they're neither, they possess both mental and physical, but they're a changing thing that is not defined as either. Okay, so Word, who has a body and a mind, sees the computer screen. So I am a subject. Okay, hold on, my tea water.
Sí, Rivas, le voy a pedir a Word que si cambiamos ahorita ya, que regrese. Word, we're gonna change translators. Now I'm gonna be the translator and we're gonna liberate Rivas.
Rivas, you got other stuff to do with your life today?
Gracias, Riva.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Rivas?
Okay, do you hear me work?
See.
Okay.
All right. Cool. That's cool. It's halfway through the class. Muchísimas gracias, Rivas. I don't actually know what you're saying over there, but I'm sure it's good. Are you just making stuff up? Okay. Here we go. Name the two broad divisions of mental things accepted by the Buddhist logic school, but not the consequence school of the middle way group. Mental things that are aware of themselves and mental things that are aware of other things. Okay, this is the idea that the mind is aware of itself, and that's a crucial part of it being able to see itself doing things. Okay. Okay, that is not on the quiz. Okay, next. According to the Buddhist logic schools, how many mental functions are there? Okay, yeah, this school is 51. And then how many are there according to Abhidharma? There's 46. And I gave you a chart. That's easy. That's not on the quiz. Just make sure you did it right. Okay, mental things can be divided into perceptions that are valid and those which are not. Give the definition of a valid perception according to Buddhist logic schools. Fresh and unmistaken. Okay, and fresh means it's not a memory. Unmistaken means it's not something you see when you're on acid. Something you see when you're not on acid that's not really there. Okay. Okay. So that is on the quiz. Here we go. All right. Okay. Name the two kinds of valid perception. Direct valid perception and conceptual valid perception. That is on the quiz. This is a very popular subject, and Geshe likes to talk about it. Name three types of conceptual valid perception and give an example of each. They are, there's a thing in the chat. Aldo's question, will conceptual be the same as deductive? Deductive is one of the three conceptuals. We're about to talk about it right in this second. Conceptual valid perception based on deduction. An example would be the perception that sound is a changing thing based on deduction, right? You have to figure that out. I mean, it's evident, but you have to figure it out. All right. And then conceptual valid perception based on convention, meaning you have an understanding about something in a way that how people talk about that thing. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's many examples in Mexican Spanish because Mexican Spanish has a lot of colloquialisms, right? I can only think of ones that are curse words. Wait, I remember the examples I used last night. Like a huevo doesn't mean to the egg. Has nothing. A huevo has nothing to do with eggs. Okay, maybe it did one day. Ponte trucha means to be careful. Okay, well, what does it literally mean? Should I? Oh, fish. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect, Aldo. In English, we say, oh, that's a lemon, meaning like a car. It just means a car that you were sold that doesn't work, but it has nothing to do with fruit or, lemonade or anything like that. Okay, so those are examples. For Tibetan, it's the home of the rabbit, meaning the rabbit. It looks like there's a rabbit on the moon if you look at it a certain way. Okay. All right. And then lastly is one that's based on someone who you think doesn't lie, an authority, right? Or has no reason to lie. I mean, if Aldo told me something about Oaxaca, Mexico, when he had gone there once or something, I believe him because I'm like, oh, it's Aldo. He doesn't lie. He went to Oaxaca. He told me there's a beautiful town there. It's as simple as that, right? You may have never been to China, but if I told you, I went to China last year, you'd be like, oh yeah, there's a China. Okay? This is important because if you read on social media and it says Democrats are eating babies, you should be like, I don't know if I trust Facebook. Okay? Facebook may not be the authoritative source for me. Okay? All right. Now, name the 3 categories of correct reasons we get when we divide correct reasons by their basic nature. A correct reason which involves a result, a correct reason which involves a nature, and a correct reason which involves an absence. So which one is take sound, it's a changing thing because it's a made thing? Which one? A, B, or C?
A and B.
Just B. Because the nature of changing things is that they're made, right?
Right.
So think about it. Okay, that one is on L quiz. Wait, I don't write down the answer. Name 2 things. Wait, excuse me. This one. Okay. I think this is the last question. Here we go. Give an example of a logical statement with a correct reason that involves a result. Consider a mountain pass where there is a cloud of smoke. There must be a fire there because there is smoke there. Because the result of fire is smoke, right? I mean, this is used all the time. Consider someone with a bullet hole in them. There must be a gun that shot them because there's a hole in them. Okay, you use this all the time. Consider your bank account. It has no money because you spent it. Okay, just like that. So many of these things you're doing so automatically, you don't even know. Okay, that's it. Number 6. Woohoo! We're halfway done the review. Okay, give the definition of a negative thing. A thing which must be perceived by the state of mind which perceives it directly through a process of eliminating directly that which it denies. Okay. It's more complicated than it sounds. So if we say empty space, it's a thing that must be perceived by a state of mind, right? You're perceiving empty space, which perceives it directly, right? Right now I'm in empty space through a process of eliminating, you know, directly, meaning in my mind, I'm like, okay, even though there is nothing there called empty space, it must be empty space because nothing is blocking me from moving. So I deny that there's something blocking me, and therefore I directly perceive by eliminating the fact that there's nothing blocking me, that there's empty space. How do you say espacio vacío? Okay. All right. Give the 2 kinds of negative things an example of each. Okay, there's negative things that imply something else, and there's negative things that are a simple absence. Right? This is fulanito. Take fulanito. El gordito. Nunca comer en el día. Okay? I know my Spanish is bad, but you get the idea. Okay, and then mega, a simple absence, means, yeah, empty space again. There's a simple absence. There's just no blocking, nothing blocking my hands. So my hands have a place to be. And then you can be like, but there's air there. Yeah, but the air is there because there's nothing else blocking the air. Okay? If you want to get smart. All right.
One is the opposite of the other one. One is being something, and the other one is the absence of something.
Kind of. My ingox, we use them all the time. If I say, if you're home at the house and Sassy comes home from a hard day at work, I don't know what Sassy does, but I'm sure she works hard. And she says, it seems like no one cooked me dinner. What she's saying is that it's a negative, right? No one, in the sense of not being something, right? It's in the sense of it refers to what you didn't do, which was cook dinner, Vic. Right? As opposed to saying there's no dinner here, which is the simple absence of dinner. Does that make sense? Okay, so they're not exactly opposites. It's more how they are phrased or worded. Okay, I hope that helps you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wait, that one, this one is on the quiz. State a general description of something which is negative in the sense of not being something, and give an example. It should be a negative thing where the wording used to express it implies something else, right? This is fulanito, okay? either another negative in the sense of not being something or positive incidental to denying what it denies. Right? Fulanito, ¿quién es gordito? Nunca comer en el día. You get it. We just talked about it. Okay, give one example. Wait, what's the next one? Okay. Give one example from deceptive reality and one example from ultimate reality to prove the fact that the expression used for the name of a negative thing, not necessarily. Oh, I think I may have forgotten the word. Does not necessarily contain any negative wording. Right? So, I mean, in Spanish, we say, you know, espacio vacío, meaning empty space. But in Tibetan, they just say namka, which isn't a negative. It just refers to space, right? I use the example of 0, but I guess that is a negative, right? But so namka means space, but it refers to empty space. And chuni, which is the true nature of things, refers to the fact that it has no other nature. It has no nature from its own side. So those are negatives, but there's no negative word in them necessarily. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Give a typical example of a logical statement which includes a correct reason that utilizes the nature, and state generally what makes it such a reason. Okay, this is the one I talked about in the beginning, right? Consider sound, it is a changing thing because it is a thing which is made, right? So the thing that proves that this is right, changing thing, is that you, whoever's being debated with, understands that made things by definition must be changing. Because to be made, it has to have a cause. And to have a cause means it has to have a result. To have a result that was a cause means you have to change. And therefore, made things are changing things. Right? So generally speaking, it is this kind of reason because to be it is to automatically be the explicit quality to be proven. That is, to be a thing which is made is automatically to be a changing thing. Whoa. Hold on. We're almost there, people. Oops. This is on the quiz. And if you're wondering, yes, this is how I do everything in my life. Okay, class 7. Answer Q. Aldo, this is what I do in my room all the time, okay? State the 2 conditions that, most of the time, I should say, state the 2 conditions that are required for 2 things to be in contradiction with each other. Okay, for this class was about what is it? Oh my God, my brain. How do you say contradiction in what? Gel. Oh my God. Oh, Gelendrel. Sorry. Forgot Tibetan for a second. Okay. Contradiction and connection. That's this class. These are 2 conditions. They must be separate or distinct from one another. Meaning you can't say 2 things are a contradiction if they're the same thing, because you can't compare them. And they have to exist, right? Okay. And which is part of the same one. And they also must be such that there's no one thing which can be both of them. Which kind of goes back to the same thing, doesn't it? I don't know what the difference between A and B actually is. but that's okay. Okay, that's in the quiz. How's everyone doing? We will finish this course. You think this is fun? Wait till we do course 15. Rebus is just gonna be like, ah, ah. Oh, good luck, translators. Okay. Name and give one example each of the two kinds of contradictions. Okay? One example each of the two kinds. A, contradictory in the sense of being mutually exclusive. An example would be working thing and the thing which does no work. Okay? So those are mutually exclusive. They're exact opposites. Is that on the quiz? Yes. Oh yeah, by the way, Geshe does give a review class in this course, and he covers some new information that's not on any quizzes. So I encourage you to listen to it if you understand the English. I haven't listened to it in a while, but just so you know. Okay. And then B, contradictory in the sense of being diametrically opposed. An example would be a spiritual antidote and a negative personal quality, meaning the one things arising would cancel out the other thing, right? Okay. All right. Name and give one example of each of the two types of relationships. A relationship where to be one thing is to automatically be the other, right? So if you're a Chevy kind of car, then you're a car. And then, or a water pitcher and the exclusion of all that is not a water pitcher. Okay. Everything that is not a water pitcher. Oh, the opposite of everything that's not a water pitcher is automatically a water pitcher. Oh my God, this is Shencel. Okay, Rivas, do your final. Do your homework. Don't make me come to Guadalajara and track you down. Do your final.
Thank you, Ward. Thank you. Thank you.
De nada. Gracias para traducir.
Of course. Thank you.
Hi, Alexito. Okay. Okay, we lost another one. Who's gonna be left? You probably didn't imagine this how you'd be spending your adult life. Okay, sorry. Okay, name and give one example of the two types of relationships. We gave the one, now two. A relationship where one thing came from another. An example would be a working thing in the moment after it, and the original thing, a working thing. Okay, so this is a relationship that's based upon cause, right? Cause-result relationship. Please. Yes. Can I tell you all a little secret? There's a very special karma that comes from finishing things, okay? Even things that suck to finish sometimes, okay? There's a few things I didn't want to finish that I did. And now I can start finishing things I want to finish, okay? Like this course. Okay. Question 4. Give 3 criteria that are required for 2 things to share a relationship where to be one is to automatically be the other. Okay, to be one must mean automatically to be the other. That seems to make sense. The 2 must be separate things. And if one ceased to exist, the other would have to cease to exist as well. So to be a Chevy car automatically means to be a car. Our cars are the group of all cars, and Chevy's 2 separate things. Yes, I guess there's overlap. I don't know if that still works, but anyway, if one ceased to exist, let me see. Oh, no, we can't use Chevys and cars for this. We have to use working things and changing things. This is pretty much just a definition in how you word something, right? This is like saying Aldo and Alfonso's younger brother, right? To be one must mean automatically to be the other. To be Aldo, who's translating class right now, means to be Alfonso's younger brother, right? Are those things separate? Yes, as words, they're separate. If Aldo ceased to exist, would Alfonso's younger brother cease to exist? Yes. Okay. Aldo, we're hoping you don't cease to exist, okay? Okay. Here we go. Name the 2 types of correct reasons. Correct reasons for the absence of something involved in a thing which is imperceptible to the particular opponent. Okay, I'll explain in a second. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not missing any homework questions. I think I'm missing. Excuse me, 1 second. No. Yeah. Excuse me. Here we go. Okay. Okay, here we are. Name the 2 types of correct reasons used to prove the absence of something. Okay, yeah, that which is imperceptible and that which is perceptible to the opponent. Do I remember this one? Oh, is this like emptiness and empty space? I think those are examples. So the correct reasons for the absence of something involved in a thing which is imperceptible to the particular opponent, meaning they may not have seen emptiness directly, but you can still prove with the pen thing that there is such a thing, which is an absence called emptiness, right? And then empty space for the second one, the opponent can go like this and perceive the fact that there's no empty space, so you can give correct reasons for the absence of that. Okay, pretty sure that's right. Sounds right. Okay. What is the ultimate application of such a reason? To prove to ourselves that, oh yeah, this is where Geshe talks about things you can't, like the fact that you couldn't see somebody is a tantric deity, right? Based on your perception. Just because we may not perceive a particular good quality in another person, it does not prove that they lack this good quality, right? That's why you have to always be a little suspicious. In a good way. All right, what are we on? 8? How you doing? Victor's okay. Bertha's okay. Marisol's okay. All right. Only 3 more classes. Let me drink some tea. Okay. Name the 3. Wait, hold on, please. Name the 3 qualities that must be present for something to be a definition. Generally speaking, the thing should be a definition. It should be applied to some, which just means it sounds like a definition, right? It should apply to some definite example for it, right? It should apply to the thing that you're supposedly defining, and it should be a definition for nothing other than the thing it defines. Okay. Okay, we did this on Monday. I know, so long ago. Okay, name the 2 types of definitions. Definitions which allow dissimilar types and definitions which disallow wrong ideas. Okay, and we're going to get an example of that like right now. And this is the famous example. This is the definition of a direct valid perception in this school. Fresh and unerring, which is the same as the definition of so that's the valid perception part. So, and to make it direct, you have to say free of conceptualization and also unmistaken. And each one of these 4 elements, fresh, unerring, free of conceptualization, and unmistaken, all disallow different things. And here they are. Fresh and unerring together disallows things that are not valid. Okay? Free of conceptualization disallows deduction, because this is the definition of a direct valid perception. Unmistaken disallows wrong ideas, like pressing on your eyeball and seeing 2 computers. That doesn't mean there's 2 computers. It just means you're seeing 2 computers in a mistaken way due to the improper functioning of the sense power. Free of conceptualization also disallows the wrong idea that perceptions with conceptualization could be direct. right? Of which there are 3 types of direct perceptions or perceptions based on conceptualization. Ugh. You know, we just did them. Deduction. Wait. Hold on. Direct valid perception. Deduction still concluded, right? This allows the wrong idea that perceptions with conceptualizations could be direct. Oh, okay. I'll have to think about that more. That one's not on the quiz. Okay, and then give an example. Oh, this one, wait, this one is on the quiz. Oops. I'm just kind of stumped by this last part. I have to review, I think, because this free of conceptualization refer to the fact that I think it does. I have to think about it. You should too. All right. Give an example in English of a logical statement where the reason is used to prove the absence of something normally perceptible and where the reason involves a cause. Consider the surface of a totally dark nighttime ocean. There's no smoke there because there's no fire. Okay. This is the same thing like the cause of seeing smoke in a valley. So this is the opposite. There is no cause, therefore there's no smoke. Okay. Class 9. Wait, that one is not, okay, good. We're almost there, stick with me now. Oh yeah, this next one. This one's fun. Name the 3 kinds of exclusion. That's exclusion of the object. And I think I might explain this a little wrong when I explained it. So here I go again. An exclusion, which is the objectification, making something into an object of a specific instance of a thing. An example would be a working water pitcher considered from the viewpoint of being the opposite of all that is not. I just said all that is not, I think. I may have done that. That's an accident. You eliminate everything it's not, and then you see the thing as being the opposite of that. Okay? That's how you see a pen in this school, or a clock, or a Victor. Okay? And then if it's just a mental image, it's the same process, but just an image. Meaning you can see an image of a rabbit with horns, but that doesn't mean it exists outside, but that doesn't mean you can't see an image of it in your head, even though it doesn't exist outside. Okay, and then the exclusion of a thing, which is negative, involving the absence of a thing. Okay, so here we go with the knots. An example would be the condition that a water pitcher has nothing about it which belongs to what is not a water pitcher. Okay, Aldo has no parts of his body that are that it's my body, because Aldo is not me. So the absence of, so Aldo is an example of the absence of word. Okay, I know your brain's hurt. We're almost done. Okay, so this is the thing where you have to do the 14 parts. Consider sound. It's a changing thing because it's made. It's an example, and it is, for example, like a water pitcher. Sound is the subject. The assertion is that sound is a changing thing. The quality being proven is being a changing thing. Explicitly, the quality being proven is being a changing thing. Implicitly, this means a thing which only lasts a moment, because to last a moment is implicitly meaning you are a changing thing. We're denying that sound is an unchanging thing. And the quality we're denying is that it's being an unchanging thing. All similar cases of changing things are all changing things. All dissimilar cases of all changing things are all unchanging things. The reason is because it's made, right? It's a made thing. The relationship between 1 and 1 and 3 is sound as a made thing. The relationship between 3 and 2 is if something is a made thing, it must be a changing thing. And the necesita negativa is if something is not a changing thing, it cannot be a made thing. If not 2, then not 3. Correcto, Marta? I don't know. Marta looks awake, but I think Marta is sleeping with her eyes open. Good job. That's a good skill to have in the monastery, I heard. Okay, and a similar example is a water pitcher. Okay. And then name the 2 types of correct reasons in the class. Oh, hold on. That was the one question for quiz 9. Let me highlight it. What? Okay. All right. Name the 2 types of correct reasons in classification made according to the correct opponent. Correct reasons to use in context of yourself, and correct reasons in context of others, okay? That's easy. Class 10. Give the general definitions for the past and future according to the part of the sutra school known as those who follow logic. Haha, trick question. There is no definition. They don't exist in the school. Easy. That wasn't on the quiz, right? No. Now give the definition according to the school of the past relative to the time of a particular object. Okay? It already begun before the time of the water pitcher now, and it already stopped before the time of the water pitcher now. Right? Meaning everything about the past happened before the now of that particular object. Okay, now this thing. Wait, yeah, this thing. I thought about this more, okay? I almost have it, but I still didn't get it. My brain almost got this one, and if you get this one, then it's just the opposite to get this one. But maybe I'm too full of other logic or full of something. Anyway, according to this same school, the following 12 terms are synonymous for one of the following: the cause of a water pitcher, the result of a water pitcher, and the changing thing. Okay, so that which is a future water pitcher is the cause. It hurts my brain. I don't know. Wait, that which is future for, wait, that's the thing. It's this thing, this for, it's future for a water pitcher. Grr. If it's future for a water pitcher, okay, here's the future, here's the past, here's the present. If it's the future for a water pitcher, yeah, that's the cause. That makes sense. Yeah, it's the future for a water pitcher. The cause is the thing that's going to be a future for a water pitcher. Okay, hold on, let me skip. Okay, I got that again. Now, that which is past for a water pitcher is the result of a water pitcher. The result of a water pitcher is that which is past for a water pitcher. The result is past. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. So what it's saying is that which is future for a water pitcher is its cause. Right. The only thing that's going to generate a future water pitcher is its cause. That's it. That which is past for a water pitcher, the only thing that's going to be is going to show that there was a past to the water pitcher is its result. Yay! Okay, I figured it out. Now you have to. Okay, that which is past by the time of water pitcher, right? That's the cause. That which is future by the time of water pitcher, that's the result. A working thing is also a changing thing. That which is always ending is a changing thing. This one we just did. Maybe your brain hurts. Something which is only lasts a moment is un cosa cambiando? Cambiando? Something like that. You know Spanish. I don't. Oh, cambiante. Okay. That's the adjective form, I guess. Okay, gracias. That which is future relative to a water pitcher, that has to be the result, right? That which is approaching the past, always approaching, that has to be a changing thing. Because it's never in the past. It's also never in the future. That which is past relative to a water pitcher, yes, the cause. That which is in the process of being destroyed is the changing thing. That's very similar to the process of ending, right? And that which is approaching destruction. That's also similar to ending or being destroyed. Changing thing, yay! Those weren't on the quiz. But this one was. Okay. Okay. Couple more questions. Oh my God, will it ever end? What do, generally speaking, all the following have in common according to this school? That which has stopped, that which has been destroyed, that which is about to begin, and that which is in the act of beginning. And okay, the last one's a repetition. Okay, according to this school, none of these even exist. It's just like the first question, because there is no past or future in this school, unless it's with respect to a particular object. Hold on. Give two senses in which the consequence group of the highest middle way says that the past is a working thing? Oh my God, this one is on the quiz. As you know, you just took it. I just gave a summarized answer, okay, on my quiz. My brain hurt. But I'll read it. And then we're gonna, what? Oh yeah. I'll summarize it, okay? I'm not reading it. This is the whole thing about destruction. A past water pitcher, for example, is a water pitcher which has been destroyed. So the last moment of water pitcher has to be the cause of its destruction. So therefore, the past of a water pitcher has to be a working thing. That's it. Geshe goes more in depth. You can read it on your own. Okay, and then karma, even though we don't exist in the past, when we do something, it puts an impression in the mind, which can stay for a very long time until it meets those conditions, as a projection due to the fact that we see ourselves doing it. And then that can ripen as a experience, okay? Due to the fact that we saw ourselves doing it. Okay, that's it. That's the summary. Okay. All right. Give 3 general types of incorrect logical statements. Contradictory reasons for a particular proof, like if you're trying to prove something's made, saying it's not changing, that's a direct contradiction. Indefinite ones, like if you're trying to prove something's changing, you just say, oh, I can hear it. You can hear, just because you can hear it doesn't mean it's changing. Although maybe it does. Ha ha ha. And then inaccurate, meaning there's 7 of them, if you recall. I'm not going over all of them. Consider sound, it's a changing thing because it's sound. That don't prove nothing unless you go like this. Consider sound, it's a changing thing because it's sound. And that only works if the person already knows, oh duh, it's sound, it's a changing thing, it's made. So that won't work all the time. And that's it, yay! Oh my God, I'm right on time. Okay, so if your brain hurts as much as my brain, you don't want to take the final right now. You want to take a break. So, do you want to take a break or you want to take the final, Sassy? I'm thinking take a break till tomorrow.
I think I need a break.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we don't have to do the final together. What do you guys think? Will you just do it?
I think I'm not ready to take the final yet.
Okay.
I need to read, study, and go over it.
Exactly. And I want to too. But I made this, let's see. I made this document so everyone can have the document so they can study very easily. Okay. So I think we should stop class, go do something else completely unrelated to this that's fun for you. Like watching TV or taking a nap or talking to your loved ones. And then you should take the final between now and class tomorrow. Okay. Okay, everybody put your email in the chat right now. And I will send you this review right now. Okay. Okay. Oh. Is that you, Leah? Sorry, I didn't see you come in there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. That's everybody? Okay, so I'll send you this thing and you study it. Victor's sending me funny messages. But Vic, you want the study guide though, right? You sent me your real one too. Okay, you're funny. Ha 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 ha. Your email is Victor. That's pretty funny. Okay, cool. So that's it. I'll send you it and then just take it. And then Bertha, are you still the one they send all their homework things to? I don't know. She's not moving her head at all, Aldo. Is Bertha the one that receives everything from Mexico? Okay. Okay, good. So send it to Bertha right away. Just do it, all right? Do it now, because if you don't think you know it now, you definitely won't know it in a week. And we're going to start Lojong, and everything is just going to get pushed out of your head and just fall on the ground somewhere. Okay? So everyone's going to do their final between now and tomorrow, okay? Okay. It's more important than sleeping, so don't sleep if you didn't finish. I'm joking. Es broma. Okay. That's the end of class. That's the end of course 13. Which means I did it. Okay, if you want to collect good karma, you have to say, yeah, I'm the one who did it. I did the deed. And then when you partook at night, you say, yep, that was me. I did course 13. Okay? Claim it, not with pride, just it's a fact. I'm the one who did the course. Okay. Now, somebody will offer the mandala. Who would that be? Nicole, lista.
Sí.
Okay. Va, porfa.
Yes, teacher. Sasi buki yukshi metodram. Riralishi ninde upari. Sange shindu nikte uwari. Droku namda Shimna Shupasho Idam Guru Ratnam Mandala Nidyatayami Kevadiji Kewogu Unam Geshet Sotokti Sunam Geshelengyue Tampa Gunjito Pansho.
Okay. Muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, Word, a ti. Gracias, Aldo, a todos. Gracias.
Gracias, Ward, Aldo. Gracias.
Okay, so hasta mañana para Lojong. Okay, don't worry, there's no logic in that class. No, it's gonna be awesome. Please come to class tomorrow at what time, Aldo? 7:30 Guadalajara? Yeah, so 7:30 Guadalajara, which is now 8:30 on the East Coast again, because we had daylight savings last night. Okay?
Thank you, Word. Thank you, Aldo.
Okay, hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana, muchas gracias.
Hasta mañana.
Okay, con cuidado.
Ahí nos vemos.
Nos vemos.